Hi. As many of you know, couples therapy can be a very dangerous thing for any psychologist to do, because you go absolutely crazy with the things that people say, the things that the way people react. It is a lot of fun, but there's a lot of craziness there as well. And one of the biggest craziness things out there is the way couples think about temptation. And that's why I asked my wife to join us today, because very often when couples ask me about temptation, my primary response is, you need to tell your spouse when you're tempted. And the guys especially react with shock. And the first response is always, if I should tell my spouse that I am tempted, that is going to be more chaos than I can handle. So, what is your advice, your idea about the whole temptation thing?
Yes, I think it's very difficult to tell your spouse that you are tempted. I think it's not an easy thing, but it's actually based on trust that you have, that you trust your partner and that you can tell him anything. Um, I think we are all tempted in many ways,
Mm.
and it doesn't matter if you're man, woman, we are all tempted. And if we know that we all have that challenge, that problem, um, it doesn't make it a bad thing,
Yeah.
but it can actually help your relationship a lot and build your trust,
Mm.
and it makes it not dangerous anymore or like this taboo.
Mm.
Um, so
Yeah, so it definitely takes away the power of the temptation, because I find that a lot of people try to hide the temptation because they are ashamed of the temptation, and then because they're hiding it, they're putting it in what I would call darkness, and anything that is in the darkness has got power, and when you bring it to the light, its power is taken away. But I think what you said is very key. The spouse needs to realize it is something that happens to me also,
yes,
and it is not something that disproves the love of my spouse to me. On the contrary, your spouse being prepared to be that vulnerable and saying, I'm tempted, can you pray for me, can you be there for me, that spouse actually secures the relationship. It's probably one of the steps that I would say people need to take to really be radical about their relationship. Because if you're not radical about your relationship these days, it will fail. And that's the unfortunate reality that we're facing.
yeah. Yeah, so if you realize that you actually have the same problem or the same challenge, then your spouse's challenge doesn't look so evil or dangerous or
Mm.
whatever.
Yeah. And if you approach it correctly, if you talk about a strategy you're going to have with temptation beforehand, what happens is that you are unified against a challenge. It is not anymore one person struggling with a challenge, it is you unifying against that challenge, and that is what is supposed to be happening in your relationship. It is supposed to be you and your spouse trying to secure this relationship for the sake of the two of you and your family, and being radical about that.
Yeah.
Well, I hope that this discussion helped you a little bit in dealing with temptation, and I look forward to dealing with other challenges that I've seen in the practice more with you, and possibly we will help you to kind of be more kind to the therapist and not turn all therapists into complete crazy people. Have fun.